Hi, welcome back to After Emoris. This is episode 17, and stuff happened. Today we are joined by Abnormal Chemist and Dyto. Things happened. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Yeah, we're
we're all in
emotional.
like emotional morning.
Yeah,
but not.
we have our comfort companions right now. And so the fight against the Ghost Gator happened, and the rolls were doing really, really good up until the last half hour. And things went downhill pretty quick. But before we get to that, let's at least look at some of the highlights. Like, apart from that first nat one, which was from Isabel, everything was going okay. We got to see Thyra change to a bear and then be able to breathe fire thanks to Isabel and Chaos. How's that feel?
That was awesome. Like, to be able to breathe fire and as a bear, like, it's like if you took a dragon and bred it with a bear. That's what I got to be.
Yeah, at least for those parts, you looked like you were having so much fun.
Oh, I was.
That was great. And yeah, Free was able to at least keep to the high ground for the good part of the battle, and was able to have some like healing slots set aside to make sure that everything was going to be okay. But then things happened.
Yes.
Oh
man.
But yeah, so first question: did you or your character have an actual plan going into the fight? Let's start with Chem. Let's start with you, Chem.
All right. No, when she got there, she's just like, "Where is he? What did you do? If you don't answer me, just the rest of us are probably just gonna beat the shit out of you, woman." Like, her only plan was get Wade back, no matter what. At that point, and typically with this group, it's fight your way through. So that's what she was planning. So that's all it was. We were not anticipating seeing the gator today.
Yeah. No. I had a few plans, but I did not have any combat spells prepared. So, yeah, I had spells prepared to help me in catching fireflies, but not in fighting a gator hag. But I had a couple of plans that didn't work. I was going to try and restrain her with Entangle. That didn't work.
We saw the attempt.
I turned into a bear to try and get at her faster because it has a bigger move speed. And she just dimension doored right across the map.
That was very unexpected. Ooh. It's like...
Oh man, yeah. That hag power-up was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Equa really knows how to create a villain. You gotta admit that.
This is the first villain that we didn't just annihilate.
Yes, it's
took us down a peg, that's for sure.
It's not a win. It's not a win. It's like... it's a loss. I think it's the first real loss that the Emoris crew has had, hasn't it?
I mean, they've had a lot of L's. Like, I mean, they've had a lot of L's. Not to this magnitude, but I consider all of the trouble they tend to get themselves into as an L, as a loss. That happens quite often. They've gotten kicked out of how many cities?
2.
We're so
We've been only to 4. We're still in one of them.
Yeah, but yeah, it could have been worse. Like, it could have completely destroy the cities. I know one of them did get wrecked a bit, but technically it wasn't your fault. Technically.
No, we reacted to it getting destroyed. We didn't cause the destruction in that one.
Exactly. And yeah, it's been quite a few episodes since you guys have had a really large battle, like especially one that spans the entire episode.
I don't think we've ever had one that lasted that long.
Yeah,
that was
the
an intense fight. Oh.
yeah, the other really long I can think of was when the characters minus Lakian got ambushed in the street. I think that was in Recrovy. They were ambushed off to the side, and Syra had to turn into a giant spider to help everyone out, and things happened then, but it wasn't catastrophic.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, that
God.
one took a while. It was more of us trying to figure out how to get out of there than us necessarily fighting.
Mm-hmm.
There was just
Yeah,
so
looking
many.
for a way to escape. Yeah. And then you guys almost had her. Like, I'm gonna have to ask Equa just how close you guys got, because
30 HP is what he told
30
Told
HP
us.
left.
me. She had 30 HP left.
Ooh. Oh man, so close, so close.
If she hadn't used those shields,
It would have been a different story.
yeah, those two Eldritch Blasts probably would have done a significant amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even like the counter spell to the counter spell. If she hadn't done that, it probably would have been a different story as well. It also would have been a different story if Free didn't get poisoned. Because that was basically her demise. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had legit character death. Mind you, it was temporary, but it was legit.
Free was dead.
Oh, that was
Yes,
Free. Heartbreaking for me, but
yes, it was very heartbreaking. Like, I can't tell you how. Like, I'm pretty sure quite a few of the viewers who were watching were going, "What? No." They were in complete denial. I know I was.
Oh yeah, I saw the chat after I watched it with the chat last night, the last half hour, and you were just like, "Damn, no!" And it's like Tommy comes in, it's just like, "What the hell going on?" The chat was so great. You guys are such great fans. I loved it.
Oh, but you guys are such great storytellers as well. But also, yeah, when Free went down, Syra just went into like the ultimate range. She changed. Dyto, can you give us an idea of what exactly happened?
So,
like, apart from like the pure rage, because she physically changed.
Yeah, she did. She's never really been that attached to somebody and watched them die when she's already, in a rage and on edge. Yeah, she grew fur and her tusks got a little longer, and she was scary looking there for a little bit.
I know I was scared.
You have no idea how hard it was to I was dead and I'm like, okay, stay muted. Oh my god, what is Syra doing? I'm like freaked out. Watching in the background, unable to do anything is the worst feeling.
And then Wade goes and decides to be a self-sacrificing son of a gun. He made a deal.
He did.
Our little.
And then Grizzlog had the audacity to make a gray filter over his camera. Oh!
I didn't notice that because the camera in Discord is different, and I had Free's character sheet over the Swindler's Den, so I had no idea until I rewatched it, so I had no idea what you were talking about at first.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, he had put a filter over because since Griz has the capability to do the recording for the Swindler's Den sessions, well, for at least 2 of them, or I'll have to double check with him if he records also for the Wednesday stream. But unless you heard from the mysterious voice himself.
Wait,
yeah.
From the other side.
Don't say that. God damn it. I mean, not.
No. He was meaning. No. She meant from the other side of the screen. So don't worry. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Wade is not dead yet. The Ghost Gator revealed that he has 2 to 3 weeks to blade out. And the Ghost Gator revealed quite a few weird things.
And one of Thyra's plans was to also sacrifice herself, but by the time the Ghost Gator decided to get around to asking if she wanted a deal, Thyra was too far gone.
But yeah, speaking of bargainings, if Wade had not been put in that position, but if you were put in the position of being offered to bargain with the Ghost Gator or even another really strong entity, what would have to be offered, assuming that you can reveal, to actually consider accepting it? Because clearly, character death is one way of accepting it, but Wade initially wanted to save Kev, which not necessarily character death, just character misplacement.
Character multiple misplacements.
I was gonna say multiple split misplacement. Poor Kev. I wonder if his soul and his mind remembered each thing separately or not.
It all really
That'll be interesting later.
Yeah, we won't find out until the DM deems it a need-to-know basis. But yeah, what would assuming you can reveal, what would the Ghost Gator or other being have to offer to actually tempt you to accepting?
Would you like to go first?
Not a lot, honestly. She would basically have done the same thing that Wade did. As long as her friends can go safe, unharmed, never to be touched again. She'd have made the same deal Wade did in a heartbeat.
Right, but for Thyra's case, I think it was mentioned on the last episode, but Thyra doesn't know who her father is, right?
No, she doesn't really care. She's never really cared who her father is. I mean, she never thought it was weird because there are just no men in her tribe.
Oh, okay.
She only got a little inkling that it's weird because Isabel at one point said, "Oh, you don't know who your father is? That's weird." And I was just like, "No, not really." And
So is it really that weird? All right, how about you, Chem? Would there be anything?
Aside from the current situation they're in, Free wouldn't want to be beholden to the Gator for nothing. Like, ooh, take down the cakery. She clearly doesn't care. At least not enough to want to go back and do something about it yet. So, not a big thing. He hasn't had much to lose to want anything, you know? So, before having this group of friends, no, there was probably very little she could have offered to tempt free.
All right. Okay, then. So, yeah. The last half hour, the healers went down, Alakian unconscious, Free dead, Syra hyper rage. Wade made a deal. Whew. And then the Hague revealed some very interesting information regarding both Kev and Wade. What are your reflections now that you've at least had a little bit of sleep? I don't know how much, but I know that we now know that Wade is technically from a different world. He didn't originally belong to that world, just like the Ghost Gator lady. As well, Kev was divided into three: the body, the mind, and the spirit. And the mind is currently with Wade. The soul is currently in between worlds, waiting at a sort of gate. And the body was technically stabbed, then banished away and taken to possibly Wade's actual birthplace. What are your reflections on this? Who would like to go first?
Sure, why not? She wasn't saying anything. We both kind of looked at each other like, oh. As a player, I have no idea how we're gonna even fetch Kev. And, I mean, little hint that we got there, if Free can figure it out and, relate it back to the voice she heard, maybe we'll figure out what gate and just exactly how it's there, but I don't know, like, the Feywild's not that crazy. I mean, elves are supposed to have come from there in the first place. I don't know how it works in Emoris, but at least D&D lore, basic D&D lore, it came from there.
Wild can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so is Emoris.
Yes, it's off-kilter and chaotic in itself. I know.
Very much so.
I'd be really excited to go there, but...
As a character, Syra is not even going to worry about Kev until they get Wade back. But as a player, I have a couple of ideas. It's just figuring out how to get it from my brain into Syra's, and then the group is a different process altogether, because Syra thinks differently than I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But also on the upside, we know that the Ghost Gator is going to allow Wade to send letters to the rest of the goats, like instructions about how to help Kev, even though it'll be a little hard to help Kev without that third piece, which is currently in Wade.
Equa said it's in a plane that's connected to Wade, like a pocket dimension.
Well, fingers crossed.
I don't think it's permanently tied to Wade, just his two-way radio, kind of area.
Yeah. Especially,
that's kind of the way he explained it.
Yeah, especially since you bring up that two-way radio. When Free was dead and then about to be brought back to life, she heard a voice telling her it wasn't her time yet. And she did hear Kev.
Not that she knows that.
Mm-hmm.
She has no idea who either of those voices are. She has guesses, for one, just because of who's related to death, but the other one, no idea right now. That's not where her thoughts are.
It's just
right now they're
weird.
falling in a sea of her in the swamp with Thyra.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
crying. Oh man.
Oh boy, but yeah. So pretty much going by the rough timelines that is been going on with these past Emoris episodes, it'll be up to Equa, obviously, in the end, exactly how much time is going to pass in the next couple of sessions, and if Wade is rescued.
How much role play? What crazy stunts we pull? Poor Equa's gonna have to deal with four grieving, angry, or desperate people next episode. Not including Wade,
Next
who's in
couple.
the hands of an evil. Yeah.
The next couple of sessions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the obvious question I have right now, at least for Dyto, is Thyra going to do the firefly catching competition that's in the in-game world evening?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Nope.
All
I already
right.
I already kind of have plans for what she's gonna do, and that is not on her list.
Festival's long gone. Unless we get him back and he wants to do it. Not today.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gonna be quite a emotional ride for the next couple of sessions, I believe. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any more questions for you guys, so let's keep a plushie nice and close. So remember to join us Mondays at Automoris at 7:30 Eastern, every other Wednesday for Mythic Odysseys of Theros at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and also every Friday for Fandelver, which is 7:30 Eastern as well. So yeah, everyone, make sure next week join in and keep your plushies close or keep a pillow close because you're gonna be clutching it like with a death grip. So yes, Abnormal Chemist Dyto, thank you so much for joining me today. I have been the Zelda Nerd 1988, or you could just call me Nyssa. Check out everything on the site here. Follow the Discord, follow the Twitter, follow the YouTube as you're already watching it on here, and definitely follow the Twitch. Bye, everyone.